Blizzard is back at it again, and they are suing another server. So let's just dive right into this tweet and see exactly what's going on because, well, I'm not really surprised. Now, obviously, I'm more newer to the WoW space. I've just started playing the games. I've been enjoying them, but seeing this happen and the outroar for people wanting a Classic Plus, it's pretty interesting. So let's break this down and get my 2 cents. Blizzard take aim at another private server. Following Blizzard's recent lawsuit against Turtle WoW's private server, which is, by the way, massive, okay? Turtle WoW is a game that I think looks phenomenal. I was getting YouTube ads for it, me and my girlfriend. I was like, oh, this looks dope. And then I realized it's not a real server, it's a private server. So there's morality stuff that we could talk about in that in a moment as well. Many in the community assumed it would be the first of several private servers targeted by Blizzard. It appears the community was correct, as the private server for Everlook is set to shut down after receiving a cease and desist letter from Blizzard. It has always been our goal to deliver the original Vanilla WoW with the experience that so many of us cherish. This action by Blizzard, alongside other recent actions they've taken, just shows that they are once again unwilling to accept that many want to enjoy a World of Warcraft experience that they have failed to deliver. As someone who has only been in the WoW scene for like maybe 2 months, I'm very new to all of this. I've seen so much feedback of people consistently saying they want Classic Plus. They want Classic Plus. They're tired of all these other weird versions of Classic. I think Mop Classic is out right now. And like that's really, to my understanding, just them like copying code and putting it into the other Classic that they have. And listen, man, Blizzard has a right to protect their IP. It's just a fact, right? Now, I don't know much about this server in particular. I don't know if they were heavily monetizing or whatnot. I can look into it and we could easily make a follow-up video. But I wanted to get this out now because here's how I see it. They're suing these servers. Now, to my understanding, a lot of streamers are also leaving the WoW scene. I know they were leaving for old school RuneScape, but also, Turtle WoW has a pretty healthy demographic of people. We'll upload a video on that as well. And it's interesting because are they suing these servers because they're now finally developing Classic Plus, or are they just suing these servers because they want to knock out any quote unquote competition to bring as many players back to their original servers? Either way it can go, in my opinion. You know what I mean? If you really want to give Blizzard the benefit of the doubt, you'd be like, oh, they're going to finally deliver a Classic Plus. I don't know about all that. I don't know if that's coming for a very long time or if that's really what made them start this. I think they saw this shit and they're like, hey, these people are making tons of money. That's why they hit Turtle with the Rico. Turtle apparently is Tony Soprano. And yeah, it's a very interesting conversation to have. And so someone even clarified here because there was a comment. How does this server differ from current Classic era servers? What makes people want to play this one instead? Because again, I didn't know much about the server. Classic is a heavily modified version of a vanilla game, lots of quality of life changes, some class functionality differences, and the game client itself is considerably different. Plus, the honor system in Classic is completely different. Now, Turtle WoW, as this person says, has expanded. There's like different classes, different races. They've made the game much more expansive, I guess would be a word we can use. You know what I'm saying? But I cease and desist giving Blizzard money. It makes me laugh when they try to use that as the own reason as to why they should be allowed to run if they fail to deliver. Again, listen, there is some genuine, there is validity to it. Blizzard's IP is technically being stolen. But at the same time, this would not be happening as much if Blizzard was delivering a product that people want and enjoy and cherish, right? You are not getting Turtle WoW or all these other servers if Classic Plus was a thing, or at least if Classic WoW was sufficient to people's demands and what they wanted and they're not bored. And listen, Blizzard's a multi-billion-dollar company. I don't really feel bad for a multi-billion-dollar corporation, but I'm also not going to sit here and say the people that spent money on Turtle WoW, do I really feel bad for them? You kind of knew you were spending money on a server that wasn't official. And so again, a situation like this, with this other private server getting taken down, I don't know. To me, it just kind of feels like a way to kind of, again, eliminate the competition. I don't think this is an indicator that they're going to eventually make the greatest Classic Plus ever, and everything's going to change, right? Let me know what you think, but I'm not looking at this from that perspective. I'm looking at this as them simply trying to take everyone else out and make Blizzard's WoW the only World of Warcraft so they can maximize their profits as much as possible. So, with that being said, let me know what you think. I love you. Mwah. I'll see you in the next one.